Rome wasn't built in a day, but we can see so many new exciting projects, excavations, restorations, exhibits, and museums. Starting now, we're here outside the Colosseum, the most famous amphitheater in the Roman world, and you have an ongoing process of excavating the area around the portion of the Colosseum that was destroyed by earthquakes. It's an excavation of 3,000 square meters by Parque Colosseo. They presented their work that took place from January to May of 2023 to learn more about the destruction levels and the spoliation of the portion, the external wall that collapsed in earthquakes in the Middle Ages. And this entire process was accessible and visible to the general public. So it's one of the many new excavations we'll take a look at that are ongoing, revealing more of the secrets of ancient imperial Rome. In front of the Baths of Caracalla, there was a short-term excavation. Today, this area is reburied, but it was an opportunity to explore the Via Appia that went right in front of the Baths of Caracalla. And this excavation revealed a lot of information, a lot of new information about a series of shops, taking us down to the Hadrianic era, but also looking at what happened thereafter, what happened in the Middle Ages. And it really is an incredible opportunity to explore. Go over to Darius Aria YouTube channel to have an on-site visit before this site was reburied. The Mausoleum of Augustus is one of the defining monuments in the reign of the Emperor Augustus. And what we have here is an ongoing excavation site still today in the summer of 2023. So you have a lot of rehabilitation, you have funding from the Tim Foundation, and even last year, parts of the site were able to be explored by the public. But right here you can see core sampling taking place in the month of May. They're going down and understanding the earlier layers before subsequent excavation that continues. And that is why, still today, the Mausoleum of Augustus is not fully open to the public. But you can see the process here, the staircase leading down for a new piazza. You can see here the excavation is taking place in earnest in the areas around the mausoleum, never before revealed from the time of antiquity. It's an exciting moment. If you want a tour and insights into the Mausoleum of Augustus, go over to Darius Aria YouTube and you can explore this incredible history that was on display for the public, and in the future, it will be open to the public for everyone to enjoy, hopefully by 2024, one of the great monuments built by the Emperor Augustus in the Campus Martius. In the Baths of Caracalla, these incredibly preserved imperial baths houses a secret. What was here before the Baths of Caracalla? There was a neighborhood of 2nd century AD houses, 10 meters beneath the Baths of Caracalla. They were excavated between 1858 and 1869. And what happened to the frescoes? Many of them were taken away from that site, now reburied, and are now on public display, beautifully restored inside the core buildings of the Baths of Caracalla. So it's a new experience to enhance your appreciation, not just of the Baths of Caracalla, but what happened before. An extraordinary opportunity to relive this part of domestic space and understand as well how the decoration and use of frescoes continued beyond the period of Pompeii. We'll be exploring more about 2nd century AD frescoes in a new video on our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for that, but look at these incredible details right now. Here we travel to a new excavation in the Forum of Caesar, of Julius Caesar. And this is an excavation ongoing by Aarhus University and the Carlsberg Foundation. And what they're doing is excavating down to the ancient levels. Right now they've gotten to the Renaissance and medieval levels of the former Alessandrino district. It's an opportunity to learn more about medieval Rome. It's an opportunity to learn more about the Forum of Caesar. And this is also the typical experience that we witness today in the city of Rome. Excavations are piecemeal, but adding to our overall understanding of a particular archaeological site, like the Forum of Julius Caesar. It's also an indication of what's in store for the future of the Via Fora Imperiale area. More and more excavations will reveal more of the imperial fora that were all adjacent to the Forum Magnum. Here's another ongoing excavation in the Forum of Peace, the forum built by the Emperor Vespasian. It's an opportunity to learn more about this part of the imperial fora section. On the one side, you have the beautifully preserved columns of the Collinacce of the Forum Transitorium, the Argoletum Road, and the remains of the Temple of Minerva. This is all built by Domitian. But on the back side of that wall, we're now getting a new investigation. We're now getting new understanding of what took place in the shadow of the Torre di Cenci. And right now you can see it's a very shallow excavation. They've just begun this work. Not exactly sure how far down and deep it will go, hopefully to ancient levels, but it is revealing already insights about Renaissance Rome. We look forward to more of the findings that are publicized. But it's an ongoing investigation. A portion of the Forum of Peace built by Vespasian, last refurbished by Septimius Severus. Here's a new archaeological museum under the Empalm building in the Piazza Vittorio Emanuele. And it is an opportunity to explore the wonders of the Horti Lamiani, Republican-era garden spaces, Horti Villa, that ultimately becomes the property of the Emperor Caligula. This is a 10-year excavation project. 100,000 ceramics were found, 42,000 fragments of marble were found, 90,000 fragments of fresco were found, excavated by a team of 35. It's a new experience to get insights into Imperial Rome, a portion that directly is connected with the personality of the Emperor Caligula. On the Palatine Hill, there's a brand new display in the Palatine Museum. We start off with frescoes from the Domus Transitoria underneath the triclinium space of the Palace of Domitian. Here's that triclinium space, which was a quintessential place of entertainment for the emperors, but underneath you get access through the stairway to the predecessor, the Domus Transitoria of Nero, that was destroyed by the fire of 64 and then ultimately led to the creation of the Domus Aurea. But you have so much material, opus sectile and frescoes, preserved on site in this portion of the Domus Transitoria. Now, there are some decorations always on display in the Palatine Museum, like these portions here. But now, new amounts of fresco work like this are on a new display in the Palatine Museum. It's an extraordinary opportunity to learn more and appreciate more about the Domus Transitoria built by Nero, right inside that famous Palatine Museum. You also have here a reconstruction of stuccos in a cryptoporticus built by Nero that you can explore when you go to the Palatine site. But now the original stuccos from the cryptoporticus are on permanent display inside the Palatine Museum. It's an incredible opportunity, and you should make sure that you go to the Palatine Museum when you visit the Forum and Palatine to experience the vivacious production in stucco and also fresco. You also have here a portion of 1st century AD fresco from the so-called Pedagogium area on the slopes of the Palatine Hill. So it's one more important piece of decoration, fresco work, now on permanent display in the Palatine Museum. You can see this impressive walkway. Might look familiar to you if you've been down the Forum of Caesar and the Forum of Trajan. This is the new solution for this once neglected site of Largo Argentina. You're now going to be able to have the public come down here and explore the 4 temples A, B, C, and D of Largo Argentina. So it's a new development. It's Rome this week, and it is great to see that progress happening. Right now in the distance you can see there's a press conference, so they're getting thrilled about celebrating the success of this project. It's not over yet. There's a lot to do, but in the sunlight here, amidst the traffic of Rome, you have a reason to pause and celebrate at all the progress that's been made. Finally, we conclude with the ongoing excavations along this road, the Via Alessandrina, that was part of a huge neighborhood that was destroyed by the excavations that took place to make the Via dei Fori Imperiali road under the reign of Mussolini that revealed so much of the imperial fora. So the neighborhood is gone, but this particular road was spared. Well, now it's become the subject of a new excavation. You see a portion of the road now dismantled as it stood in 2018. This is a view from the top of Trajan's Column. And here again, you see this portion of road of the Via Alessandrina that was removed between 2018 and 2023. And here's that process of dismantling. Why did they decide to do this? It was to show more clearly the affiliation, the association, the relationship between the Forum of Trajan on one side and the contemporary, though distinct, structure known as the Markets of Trajan. So to emphasize that connection, the portion of the Via Alessandrina has permanently been dismantled, and here you see the results. But that Via Alessandrina cuts straight across through the Middle Ages, through the Renaissance, and all the way through the intervention under Mussolini. Now this portion is gone forever. What's revealed is the base level of cement where there were once panels of marble. And you have some residual medieval walls left intact. A number of statues were found. They're now in the Via Fori Imperiali Museum inside the Markets of Trajan. And we have this kind of overall experience when we now can, as the public, walk through the Forum of Trajan on our way to the Forum Magnum. What an experience. So much history has been revealed, and it seems that the Via Alessandrina in the distance is slated for destruction as well to reveal more of the imperial fora of Rome. Thanks so much for watching. This is Ancient Rome Live. We brought you all the new discoveries, exhibitions, museums that are open in 2023 because we're here and we're experiencing this history daily. We love sharing it with you. Please subscribe and follow along.